There's no way it was a fucking accident. It was meant to intimidate a 15-year-old person. Hey guys, freshly dyed funny hair Tano here, back with another fucking piece of shit video. I know that once someone hits their 20s, it all of a sudden becomes kind of cringy to hear someone talk about their high school experiences. You know, it just kind of has that same vibe of just like that dude that just graduated last year and still occasionally checks in on his old high school, and it's like, hey man, we don't care, just go get a fucking job. Why are you still here? But I figured this would be a good exception because there is some interesting shit that happened in high school that I thought was worth sharing. So here's this. So for context, I went to two very different high schools throughout my entire high school experience. I went to a really cool film charter high school in Utah, and I went to a piece of shit, redneck piece of fucking garbage school in Idaho. The school I went to in Idaho was Native American themed, and if you're hearing that and going, how the fuck do they get away with that? That seems really insensitive. It is really insensitive, and I don't know how the fuck they still get away with it. So it was like the second day of going to that piece of shit school, and we were all called down to the auditorium. So I sat down, and the first thing I fucking see is an ocean of about 1,500. What I'm about to do might be considered really offensive, but I need to show you what happened. But just disclaimer, what I'm about to do might make some of you angry, and it should. 99% of them are fucking white, might I add, all going, and then immediately after they followed it up with chanting about teepees, and it was just like, dude, this shit just felt really insensitive and really like it was mocking Native Americans, and I'll get to why in a second. There were like, you know, like the preppy white girl doing like the cheerleading stuff. They were all wearing headdresses. There was even a dance move that we all had to do called the tomahawk chop, which with my mouth open, just staring at this ocean of fucking white kids all doing this. I felt like I stumbled into like some sort of weird Klan meeting where they're just mocking minorities. It all made me so fucking uncomfortable. I really did not want to participate. And on my first day of that school, I remember that there was a very strict no hat policy, which is a little bit of an issue since I like wearing hats. But it's fine, it's just a hat, it's not a big deal. On my very first day, I mean that I was at this school for about 30 seconds. I walked in through the doors, and I took my hat off. Now, I was wearing a hat inside the school, mind you, for about 1 second, maybe 2 seconds, super fucking reasonable, but I was immediately greeted with a man twice my size, staring down at me, who is also scared because it's my first day of fucking high school at a new place in a new fucking state. He grabs me by my arm and squeezes it hard, purposefully hard. There's no way it was a fucking accident. It was meant to intimidate a 15-year-old person. Grabbed me really hard and then leaned down and whispered into my ear, "No hats allowed inside." Fucking let go and then walked away, and I was like, great, what a warm welcome. I love this fucking piece of shit racist school. One thing that I want to add about that teacher, I'm about to get kind of serious for a second. I found out about a month later that man, who very clearly hates children and has severe anger issues, is in charge of the special ed kids. It's not even fucking funny. This dude is being left alone with the hardest to control children that are also the most valuable. Yeah, that's a really big fucking red flag. Alright, but changing back to the fun, silly stuff, I know that's hard to come back from, but you're probably hearing all that and thinking, wow, that's so great. I bet all of the other teachers are very welcoming and friendly too, and you're absolutely fucking right. I had a math teacher who legitimately did some fucking Disney villain evil stepmom bullshit to me. I turned in a math assignment, right? I remember I actually worked really hard on this math assignment. I spent like 2 hours on this paper. I really went the extra mile on it. And when I turned it in the next day, the teacher, I'm not fucking making this shit up, grabbed the paper, looked at it, crumbled it up directly in front of me, and then threw it in the garbage right in front of me. How is this school still fucking functioning? No one who does shit like that to children is a good person. I don't want anyone hearing this to think that I'm like, fuck teachers. I love teachers. I've had some of my best friends and people that I've connected to with the most in a non-creepy way has been teachers. I love teachers. The only two good teachers at that school that I had was the public speaking teacher and the teacher that taught me a lot about camera work at the school in Idaho. And funny enough, it's really obvious because I'm good at both of those things and I'm bad at every other fucking subject. Damn, that's crazy. It's almost like having a good teacher that treats their students like people will directly correlate with their success in the class, but I don't think the school system knows about that one just yet, so let's just keep that a secret. About 3/4 of the way into the school year, I remember I was walking to school and this couple walking by, they were like laughing and having fun. They stopped me because they saw I was wearing a backpack and said, "Hey, are you going to that school back there?" And I was like, yeah, why? There's cop cars surrounding the place. I don't think you should go. And I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. I had to at least see if that was true, so I walked up and it was lunchtime, meaning that there should have been around 500 kids outside being loud and having fun and stuff. Totally silent, 10 cop cars, no sirens. Now, this is an American school where the teachers treat their students like shit. I don't think I have to outright say what we're all thinking, but I 100% was like, oh, a shooting happened. So I went home and I called my mom and I was like, hey, so I think a shooting's happening, so I stayed home. And she was like, okay, that's a lot to unpack. Thanks for easing me into it. I don't want to give too much information away. I want to respect the people involved, but apparently someone just went up on the roof. Nothing happened, thank God. But I was also punished for not showing up to school that day. Imagine going to school and then you're not allowed in and then they punish you for not coming in. What did they want me to do? Did they want me to smash a window and then sneak in? Is that what they wanted? Why punish it? There was a class that I fucking hated, and I remember I told my counselor about it and he was like, look, it's an elective. If I were you, I just wouldn't go. I thought that since someone who worked at the school told me just don't fucking go to the class, that it would be okay. Turns out it wasn't. And anyways, they wanted me to serve more detention time than there was time left in the school year because it was like the day before school ended, and I was like, okay, well that's impossible, the school year ends, so I don't know what you want from me. And then they're like, well, we're gonna hold your grades hostage, meaning that once I transferred to another school, they would not provide transcripts, meaning that my entire school year just did not happen. Once again, Disney villain shit. That's some type of shit an evil principal would do. This is just the normal principal that did that shit. What you're requesting of me is impossible, and what you're attempting to punish me with is, I'm pretty sure, illegal. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I remember my mom actually called the school and bitched them out. Hell yeah, mom. It got cleared. And I was able to leave the fucking school. God, I hope that piece of shit school burns down. So the cool school in Utah that I really enjoyed going to was also not totally innocent. One of the most interesting examples that if you went to this school and you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In about 2016, 2017, they introduced a gender-neutral bathroom, which, by the way, is a fucking awesome thing, and I'm really, really proud of the school for being progressive and smart and accommodating for the students' needs by introducing us a gender-neutral bathroom. That was really cool of them, and I was really proud, but when they announced it, I was like, okay, this is going to be the bathroom that kids fucking do drugs in, which I hated that was like my first thought, but I was also like, I know this school and I know the students here, and that's exactly what happened. It became the cocaine bathroom, and it became the let's meet there at lunch bathroom. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, that's fucking outdated. It's sex, drugs, and gender neutral bathrooms. This is fucking 2020, baby. We're progressive up in this bitch. Which kind of makes me angry because it's like, no, they deserve to have a space where they could feel comfortable using the restroom, because there were a lot of non-binary people that went to that school, and they deserve to be accommodated, and people ruined it because they just wanted to fucking come during fucking lunch. And for the record, I never used it, if you're wondering. I know that for a little bit I had a reputation. If any girls remember when I lived really close by to the school, within walking distance, and we had really long lunches, and you had lunch with me, you know what's up. I miss being a slut. That school was awesome. There was a lot of really open-minded, progressive people, and it really made for a positive, safe learning environment that I really appreciated and I think really showed. I learned a lot at that school, and it was really helpful and cool. But I remember that there was a teacher there who was very conservative and would go on conservative rants, and it was really fucking awkward for literally everyone. Alright, I'll put it like this. Have you ever ridden the subway and there's a homeless man just yelling and just talking to nobody, and everyone else is just completely ignoring it like nothing is happening? That was every single class of his. It was literally just him just being like, this is why human rights is kind of overrated, and businesses, maybe they should have all the power. Just every single student just trying to ignore him and do the work. It was so fucking sad. No one fucking liked that guy. He would also dead name people as frequently as fucking possible too, so that's cool. Another weird thing that happened, and I'm so sad that no one knows who I'm talking about, because all of my friends dropped out typically before the end of the school year, or they graduated 2 years before me. But there was a student that started high school the same year as me, 2014. I think. And he was like full on cowboy hat, fake Southern accent. He did not have a Southern accent. He pretended to have one, like he was fucking Larry the Cable Guy, and would go, yeehaw, and just shit like that. No one fucking liked that dude. By the time he graduated, by the time I graduated, his personality completely shifted to white boy gangsta. I'm not fucking with you. Like, full on backwards hack. What's up, cuz? Like, shit. The dude went from saying the N-word in a hateful way to saying the N-word meaning friend. No one batted an eye, like it wasn't fucking insane. Dude went from fucking Larry the Cable Guy to Norm Macdonald. Like, what? Like, that's fucking crazy. God, I hated that dude. Alright, let's get into the juicy shit. Fights. I wasn't in any. But that doesn't mean people didn't fucking try. Only about 3 people threatened to kick my ass. 2 of the 3 actually tried really hard to be my friend and wouldn't take a polite no for an answer. Which I feel bad about. I do. But they were like, you know, imagine a band kid who's like really into falling in reverse, like a lot. They were just really annoying, and every single subtle and not so subtle hint of, hey man, can you please leave me alone? Just they either didn't notice it or completely ignored. Like, you know how girls will occasionally have to deal with guys that are just like, hey, can you go out on a date with me? No. Why? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend or something? Tell me. Give me a reason why you can't date me right now. I eventually had literally no choice other than just going, dude, I don't want to be your friend. Please leave me alone. You are really annoying. I fucking felt bad about, but I was literally given no fucking option. 5 months later, they like grew out of their fucking emo phase, and then they were like onto this whole like, oh, I'm a tough guy fucking phase. But they were still, you know, like fucking like 5'4", had fucking flippy black hair, and looked like they would weigh fucking 80 pounds soaking wet, kind of like me. Fucking apparently like they were just like, yeah, we're gonna fucking kick Tyler's ass. We fucking hate that dude. He fucking sucks. So my friends told me about it, and I remember I chimed in and I was just like, no, you're not. You guys aren't gonna do anything. You're just talking about it so you can seem cool on Facebook. Shut up. I was completely right. So I kind of feel bad because maybe that was humiliating for them, but also like they're fucking annoying. And one dude that didn't try to be friends with me, but I remember just hated the shit out of me for some reason. Once again, similar situation. I'm gonna kick Tyler's ass, and I was like, no, you're not. And then nothing happened because of course it didn't. That dude later got canceled for lying about cancer for attention. I'm not making that up. Some crazy people from that school even decided to make a YouTube channel just because they couldn't get enough attention. Fuck those people. I hate those fucking guys. And yeah, I'm looking at my list, and that was every single story that I had to tell. So I really hope you guys liked this video. This video is a lot different than the other kind of content that I've made. Every single other thing that I've filmed has either been a skit or some sort of structured analysis type bullshit video, whereas this video is just me totally talking off the cuff with just a few bullet points with lighting and shit. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you didn't, fuck you. Anyways, that's it. Bye. Thanks for watching. Love you.